Everybody, I wanted to do something a little different today. I wasn't going to put out a video this weekend, but decided it was finally time to make a top 10 vintage baseball cards in my collection video. I thought it would be a fun thing to put together, as well as a good thing to look back at and kind of see how my collection's grown sometime in the future. These are honorable mentions. They probably should have made the list, but I had some personal bias going on. So first up in the honorable mentions, I should just call it a top 13, but that's not as exciting for whatever reason. So this is Cy Young Glove Shows. Really nice front for a 1.5. It does have a pretty nasty crease there in the corner, but doesn't really take away from the eye appeal of the card. And this one also has an old mill back. I have very few backs that are not Piedmont or Sweet Caporal, but this one just so happens to be, a nice Hall of Fame card with the old mill back. So I bought this one on, I think, New Year's Eve, pretty late at night. I'm not sure why the guy posted it then, but I thought it was a pretty good deal at the time, and it's just gotten better with the explosion of the T206 market. This one for sure should have made the top 10. Napoleon Lajoie with bat in a 2.5. This card just has absolutely gorgeous color, and registration is really nice on it. Corners non-existent, but as you'll see with my list, I don't really care all that much about having sharp corners. I'd rather have a nice picture and registration and no creases through the face than have corners. So this is a card that I overpaid for at the time, but now again, as I said on the Cy Young, turned out to be a pretty good deal. So 460 back, gorgeous card. That like I said, that one definitely should have made the top 10. But last for the runner-up, this is Christy Mathewson Whitecap in an SGC2. I just got this one somewhat recently, and it was an upgrade to a different 2 that I wish I'd held on to for a little longer. Definitely could have sold that one higher, but it is what it is. Little spot of paper loss on the 150 overprint back. So, alright, I'll get started with the list now, what people are here for. First up, this is a Christy Mathewson portrait in a 1.5. Really nice front. It does have a little bit of registration issues, but as far as 1.5s go, you can't really ask for too much more for eye appeal. It does have a little spot of paper loss on it, but overall, just really nice card. So, next up, Napoleon Lajoie portrait in a 1.5. This card is really nice. I think it probably could pull off a 2. It does have some creasing there and there, but overall color, centering, registration, all that, just super nice card. The back also doesn't have any issues, so super clean example. I'm happy it was a 1.5 because I wouldn't have bought it if it was a 2. So just a really nice card. Lajoie's market has gone just absolutely crazy. I don't have his throwing yet, so maybe things will calm down. But this was one of my first big purchases. I saw this on the Net54 marketplace when I first really seriously got into T206 collecting. I called a friend of mine on the phone, and I basically said, hey, I want this card, I don't want to spend the money, and he talked me into buying it, and just super happy that I pulled the trigger because this card is gorgeous. I probably looked at this one for like 30 straight minutes when I got it in. I like to think other people do that too when they get a really cool card in, but it could just be me being crazy. So really nice card. Back is pretty nice as well. So Walter Johnson, hands at chest in a 2. Really, really nice card. Alright, I'm lingering there because I like looking at that one still. This is another card that I got for a killer deal at the time. I don't know if it would pull off a 3 in today's grading, but it doesn't really have any creases or wrinkles. And the color's still pretty nice on it, so maybe it would, but it's pretty rough around the edges. Christy Mathewson Dark Cap in a 3. Sweet Cap 350. So, nice shot of that one. This is just such a nice card in the set. As you can kind of see, the poses are very similar. Next up, this is the first non-T206 in the list. Eddie Plank, E95 and a 2. I wanted this card, and because it's a placeholder for the T206 Plank, which is impossible and I will never own it. Super expensive card. But this is a cool placeholder. It has really interesting color. I like the green gradient on it, and Eddie Plank looks like he's wearing lipstick a little bit there, but just a really nice card. And there's a lot of cards based on this photograph, and this is the one that I decided I wanted, to just kind of sit in for the T206. So great card there. I have a couple other E95s that I've shown. Maybe I'll do a Caramel card collection update too. So Cy Young portrait in a 1.5. This card has absolutely exploded. A friend of mine on Facebook was talking about how this was the next big card, and I'm so happy I listened to him. I found this one on Net54 for what I thought was a pretty nice price. At the time, it was in a PSA 2 mark holder with qualifier, and I thought that it would pull off a 1.5 at SGC, and it did. So this card is really great. It does have a heavy crease there, but I'll show why I was able to buy this card. This little purple dot on the back, and I'm super happy for whoever spilled ink on this or whatever, because I got a really nice looking card for a really nice deal. I pulled off a cash trade for this one. I traded in Addy Joss pitching with a polar bear back and some cash, and was able to get this one for just a really nice price. So super happy to own this one. This is a card that I definitely would not be able to own today at current market prices. Next up, Walter Johnson portrait in SGC 10. This is a pretty nice 10. It does have some surface wear and some almost unnoticeable like wrinkling through here. It doesn't really take away too much from the eye appeal. This card is a little bit darker in color. A lot of them have that issue. Some of the best color I've seen actually. Kyle's Collecting America's Pastime. Check out his channel if you haven't already. But his Walter Johnson portrait that he showed in his first video just has fantastic color. Kind of jealous. So super happy to own this one. It does have some paper loss there. Again, paper loss on the back, and rounded corners are kind of my style. So just Walter Johnson's portrait is definitely one of the better ones in the set. So next up, this is the last non-T206. This is a real favorite of mine. Probably the best Giants card in my collection. Tim Keefe N162 and an SGC2. These cards are from 1888. It's just insane to say. A lot of these cards are really beat up, so I was happy to get this one in a 2, but the creasing is pretty well hidden in the card. So just I love this card. Mustaches are awesome. I love seeing them on the early cards. Great color, just a really nice portrait of Keefe. So super happy to own this one. I got a really killer deal on this on eBay. Tim Keefe in the number 3 spot. This is an awesome runner-up. This is Ty Cobb, bat off shoulder in a 1.5. I've had a lot of offers on this card, but I'm holding strong. This is a super nice 1.5. Great color, nice registration. It does have this little wrinkle here and some staining and some wrinkling up there, but you can hardly see the wrinkles in the face. So, and staining on the back. So, really nice card. Super happy to own this one. I got a really nice deal on it. Ty Cobb stuff has just gone crazy. Gorgeous card. Okay, and last but not least, if you've been following my channel for a while, you probably know what this is. This is a card I definitely couldn't have today if I was buying at current market prices. I thought I waited too long on it, but as it turned out, I got in right before the absolutely insane explosion, so yeah. Cy Young. Ty Cobb, red portrait, in a 2.5 with a polar bear back. So this card just has nice registration, great red, bold red background. Super happy to own this one. Here's the polar bear back. Yeah, nothing could have been in the #1 spot but this. So just really happy to own this one. I hope everyone enjoyed this video. Let me know which card was your favorite or how you would have changed the list. Thank you for watching, and I hope everyone has a nice weekend.